What is going on YouTube? Hitamac making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dash, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every single week with your guys' help. And on that note, we are still doing our crypto coin display giveaway. As you guys can see here on the screen, it's a $130 ticker display that I'm giving away for free. All you have to do to enter is comment two things down below: your favorite cryptocurrency, as well as that you've subscribed. I will be checking, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you will not win one of these. We are doing the drawing on Saturday, so stick around for that. Otherwise, more importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is obviously the consolidation point that we've had over the past couple of days. Now, yesterday, more importantly, we actually saw a pretty substantial move in volume that has swung most of our cryptocurrencies back out of, the ditch and up to retest these prime resistance levels on crypto, on XRP, on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, so on and so forth. We found, very strong support levels, which we're going to discuss today. And you can see how they're kind of using those in reference to slowly build up pressure. And hopefully we can finally break through those resistances and start heading back up. And I'll explain what that means. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Remember to join us over at Discord, as we have a growing community of over 1,400 people completely free. Link in the description. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so yesterday we put out a video basically explaining how, we were looking at potentially seeing it happen yesterday. We didn't, which sucks and it's unfortunate, but we did get more insight on when this could potentially pop. Now, more importantly, what I'm referring to is, if you can see, we're seeing more consolidation today. Top 10 cryptos, everything is just consolidating. Market really hasn't moved at all in the past day or two, but we are starting to see movements within these cryptos. We were looking at yesterday's. Yesterday was retesting $1, a key resistance level on XRP that needs to be broken so we can finally start to make our way back up to $1.28 on XRP, as well as some of the other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. Actually retested resistance the other day, very close to it, and is starting to reverse lower. We had Bitcoin over here, which we'll talk about in a second. We have Dash, which we have certain information about, and then the S&P 500, which should be opening today, as we do have a fairly thoughtful process of where we could be moving to in the near future. Now, also, I do have something to announce. I do plan on making a video basically explaining where I've moved and put some of my crypto profits and how I diversify my portfolio, as I do think it's very important to do that, not just be all in one and all into cryptocurrency. So I will be posting that video hopefully soon. But otherwise, moving forward, looking at XRP right now, as you guys remember, we actually found and discovered a beautiful uptrend that's been holding the price of XRP up for quite some time now. You can see it's pretty much almost forming a symmetrical triangle with the way these cryptos are trading to. And I know the biggest question is, where do you guys think the markets are going? That's the question you guys are asking me. Where do I see it going? When do I plan on buying back in? I know that's something we have, quite a bit of time to discuss. Over the past couple of days, we really haven't seen any great opportunities. Everything here has pretty much just been risk for the most part. This was hard to basically capture. We didn't really have our bottom support drawn in, so we didn't know that we had a level where we would bounce off of and eventually head up higher. But we did find that there was a strong resistance right here. We almost see a double bottom formation, which would hopefully allow us to break through and then eventually, capture inside of our resistance levels between $1.30 and $1.60, which was, a couple weeks ago where we were talking about trading inside of. And if we broke through the $1.63 resistance level, we would probably head back up to retest all-time highs, which unfortunately didn't happen, which sucked, to be honest. Well, what I'm starting to notice on a lot of the cryptocurrencies is that we found a bottom, that we found a support. It's without saying that we found a support. I mean, this alone with multiple confirmations, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 confirmations. It continues, 4, we have 5 here. There's multiple confirmations that this is a beautiful uptrend that's been forming for a couple months now. We also have a beautiful downtrend, as we know, but we can honestly scratch that. I mean, if we wanted to, we could entirely remove this and not even use it. I am using it currently just so we have some point of reference in regards to when we should, buy in and create stop losses and things like that. But it's not as necessary as the next couple of techniques that I'm going to show you. Now, really what's standing out to me is pretty much this, MACD right here. Now, I just want to show you guys a few things. Notice how over the past couple of days, we actually, we broke bearish, we crossed over, we had a bearish cross, and you can see we became extremely undervalued. Notice we're finally getting close and getting back up to retesting this top resistance level, and hopefully, in the next day, maybe today or tomorrow, we can actually see a cross above that resistance. Really what I'm looking for is a cross above there, which would ultimately show signs of a bullish cross, which would allow the price of, XRP to swing back up. It's not just XRP that's showing signs of that. Some cryptocurrencies have actually broken past that earlier than I had anticipated, or much more ahead of XRP, which would allow us to swing up higher. So whether or not we want to use this resistance, it's up to you guys. But ultimately, what I'm mainly focusing on is this resistance level at $1. Ultimately, what I'm looking to see happen is to see prices come back up, retest resistance, and we can finally close the daily, which looks like it's starting to happen today. I mean, maybe I was right with yesterday. Hopefully today we can close this daily resistance level above $1 and ultimately allow us to buy in for a long. If we look at things, at a bigger perspective, and I remove this line here, you can kind of see what I'm referencing right now. Ultimately, what I'd like to see happen is us break through $1. If we can ultimately break through $1 and there's no downtrend forcing the coin lower, obviously we'll have a stop loss that will move up. But we'll look for a swing back up to retest $1.28 resistance, because honestly, that's where we've seen the most volume and the most uncertainty trade for the past couple of weeks. From April 11th all the way to May. So we had April into May, we had about a month or 4 weeks of consolidation in here where we were ping-ponging or was pinballing off of top resistance and bottom support and just trading sideways for quite some time now. Ultimately, we're looking for us to break back inside of here. This would be good signs. Unfortunately, we are still creating these higher lows. You can see the first higher low, the second one. This is kind of the third, if you want to call it that. And then we had the fourth. So ultimately, the direction we're moving to is lower and lower and lower. But if we manage to get back inside of, said resistance at $1.28 or $1.30, and we start to trend up, if we at one point break through $1.62, we're back inside a bull market, which would be great. Unfortunately, there's a lot we have to overcome until we get back inside of that. So ultimately, what I'm looking for moving forward is for us to be able to close the daily, and that's really our next buying opportunity, above $1. And if we can actually do that, which looks like we're trying to do so today with the volume starting to come back, I'm starting to get a little more bullish, we should be able to see that swing back up. So my next target, as I've discussed the past couple of days now, is for us to close a daily above resistance, above $1, and then we buy in and long it to the upside with the chance that we move up to $1.28. This is a good entry point. This is basically hinting and signing, or just kind of, creating the possibility that we start to swing back up to resistance here. There's a big possibility that that's where the price would like to move to. There's still what could be a big symmetrical triangle forming. There could be, a big correction to the downside. I don't know if we head back up higher, but ultimately what we've discovered is that there is a higher low formation where each time the price on XRP heads lower, it's higher than the prior one. I'll draw it for you guys. You can see bottom support. These are all support levels on the coin, and each time we come back down to retest the bottom, it's higher than the prior. With that being said, it's not confirming that we're in a bear market just yet. A bear market would mean that we're breaking below our prior low, and unfortunately we're not. Or fortunately we're not. We're creating a higher low, which is allowing the prices to steadily increase. So even though it looks like we might have entered a bear market to some, it's not just over yet. We haven't fully confirmed a bear market until we actually see the price of XRP break through. Like if today we close down at 73 cents, then it is confirmed we will continue to break bearish. But we have yet to see that movement happen, and we can still have some sort of hope with some conservative rationality that the prices could be heading up higher. So moving forward on XRP, the target that we're looking for is for us to break through $1 and head back up to retest $1.28, $1.27. We're going to be buying in, or my plans to buy in here and create a support level. We're going to create a stop loss in case we reverse lower. And then obviously as we head up higher, we'll move our stop loss up and take profit. My goal is that we break through resistance at $1.28 and then get back inside this ascending fractal here and confirm that this is a crappy downtrend and that it wasn't needed. Ultimately, we do know that there is still this uptrend right here, and if at any point we actually close a daily candle below here, we will be shorting it to the downside. There will be a run. But that's pretty much where my head's at right now. We have a higher low formation. We have supports where each time prices go lower, it's higher than the prior one, which is great. And it is slowly swinging us back up. So ultimately, I'm fairly confident that XRP wants to head back to the upside. And then when you look at other cryptocurrencies, it's almost confirming that. If we look at Bitcoin right now, one of those coins that's fairly undervalued, you can see it has a very similar uptrend style formation that we've drawn on to XRP as well. The same uptrend, very similar in regards to Bitcoin's price, where we had prices kind of surge off, but it came back down to retest that uptrend. What I want to show you is on Bitcoin, notice how we have a bullish cross on the MACD. This is a really good sign that we were extremely undervalued. Prices flattened out, we hit a bottom, and prices are starting to recover back to the upside. This is what I was referring to. So although XRP might be hard to figure out because we haven't had that bullish cross just yet on the MACD, when you look at something like Bitcoin, which does have a beautiful uptrend where prices are creating higher lows as well, we look to be swinging back up. So there is still big potential for this price to, there's still that possibility to break into all-time highs. There's still that possibility on the coin. Now, yes, we are having a bearish cross on the moving average, but the uptrend and the MACD are all showing signs that we're not over and we're not going down with a fight. This is a lot different. So when you look back in 2017 on Bitcoin, and I'll swing you guys over to there, right here, this is 2017, notice the difference here. There's an entirely different formation. So we had a beautiful uptrend, and then ultimately what prices were doing was they were creating lower highs and higher lows. Notice this pattern, guys. Please understand this. So 2017, 2018 for Bitcoin, we were creating lower lows, which you can see right here. I'll draw it out for you guys. Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. And we were also creating higher lows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how this is an entirely different scenario in 2021. It's entirely different than anything we've ever seen. Notice now in 2021 right here when I pull this up, the difference in pattern. So although we are starting to head lower, which I understand, we aren't creating lower lows. We're creating higher lows, which is great. So you can see right here, prices are, every time we hit the bottom, we're swinging up higher. Each time we're heading higher back up. 1, 2, 3. So it's an entirely different pattern, and some of you guys might not realize that. Ultimately, I didn't realize it a couple of weeks ago until I really sat down and understood what exactly was going on here. Once I found the uptrend here, it started to make sense. So the fact is, there's still volume coming into the market. It's not a lower low formation where we're not in that bear market just yet. Yes, short term we saw a healthy recovery, but this might not be the end. Yes, maybe the next couple of months we see low prices. Yeah, maybe by July or into August we see these lower prices forming. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're in a bear market. The only confirmation we would have to get that is if we started to trade up, let's say Bitcoin traded up, we retested 43,000 and we corrected lower and we broke through like 29,000. We broke through a support. Then I could confidently say that we're entering a bear market because we've broken through our prior low, but we're not doing that just yet. So prices are starting to confirm bullish breaks and bullish outlooks. We're still needing that confirmation and the consolidation, but ultimately my, opinion and my target compared to back then in 20, and I have to wrap things up because the freaking lawnmower guys are here. But back in a couple weeks ago, we said the confirmation would be for us to retest $48,000, and that still is here to stand. So really, the next buying opportunity for Bitcoin would be for us to break through resistance at $40,000. Otherwise, guys, I don't have time to look at Dash and the S&P 500, but that's pretty much going to sum up today. Otherwise, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to comment your favorite crypto and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.